Hi, I'm Daniel, and I've been trying to think of a non-cliche way to start this video, but can't really think of it. This is just the obligatory video I have to make after not uploading for almost a year. I know I could have just briefly mentioned at the start of another video or in a community post, but that wouldn't have felt right to me. So, I'm doing a video to discuss why I haven't been uploading, and what I plan to do with this channel. I initially started getting tired of making videos back in December 2023, and throughout the first half of 2024, I kept taking long breaks between videos, which is different compared to how much I was uploading several times a month the years before it. I started getting things a bit more together in the first half of the summer, with my analysis of King Magnifico and the big 3-part Best Animated Short ranking, which were big projects I was really proud of. I didn't actually intend to break on those videos, but they ended up being really good ones to use as my most recent 4 videos. I didn't ever think to fully quit and never come back, but I just didn't want to put a full video together during this time. I continued doing the weekly Futurama review short for August, but the season was so full of 6 or 10 episodes after the next that left me with nothing and I eventually stopped doing that. If I had to say the main thing that made me stop was the process of recording and editing. That is why this video has very minimal editing, by the way. The writing video scripts is the part I like, but those aspects as well as uploading feel like an extra fourth step that made the process start to get tiring. With recording, that just felt like a lot of effort to do several times a week, especially for any video over 12 minutes that often needed a bit more than one sitting. It's just the amount of effort needed to keep pausing and delivering each line multiple times with water next to me, and it still feels like a lot of the line sounds understandable. My voice has always been a problem in terms of making my speech be understandable, but it doesn't help having to record stuff for years and it's still only getting partly better. While part of the problem may be enhancing recording on a phone rather than a microphone, it is still me struggling to say words and often needing to put text on the screen to correct myself. It is kind of funny to see comments assuming that it's a cultural accent when really it's just me having trouble saying things. But it also doesn't really feel good knowing the voice part is probably harming the accessibility of people trying to follow these videos. Although, I have started to notice recently that it's been harder to speak while drinking water, so maybe doing these recordings once in a while is actually helping my voice. There's also the editing, which may not seem like not given I still use clips. It still gets a bit tiring to do constant changing text and time with audio. It's not so much as very hard, it's just a very mundane repetitive task that I don't really like doing that much. The editing app I use making updates on YouTube Studio also getting updated constantly. These were also a factor that kind of turned me away. Some may have seen, but I gradually moved to posting almost entirely on the editor box these past years, as it is just the writing part that I can do quickly at a regular rate, and has got more popular on YouTube has. It's not a full replacement as I know many do not read water text, and they can only discuss films and not other types of media, and they more discuss them as a whole rather than a more open YouTube video discussing a specific aspect of a film. It's just that was more interesting in writing, and it felt like phase it out yet without me really missing YouTube most days. This and also me getting more busy and having a lot of stuff to focus on just made me want to cut out this part of my time. There were videos I wanted to do for a while, like rank Studio Ghibli films, review Adventure of All Stars, Paddington Brew, and the Dogman movie, but these projects went nowhere in terms of me thinking about actually translating them to video forms. I think after Dogman, I eventually accepted to keep this brief until around June-ish, and here I am. I do wonder how much audience I have. 600 subscribers is certainly not nothing, but I do expect much are probably absent-minded subscribed after a couple of videos. That is what I can't do at your channels, but I know there might be some who still care and still videos they want to make, but that's the point, I want to keep focused on mainly that. I always had some interest in each video I made that reflect my own opinions, but some were for a bit of a quota, or were related to some news or trade stuff that has made them age. I am proud of how most of my videos look, but I want to keep focusing on videos I really want to make. I am mostly done expecting videos to do well, and stop caring that most of my most viewed videos are from 2021. If one does well, that's great, but I'm keeping this more as a side project that I can reference as something I did in this part of my life. I am not going to stick to any upload schedule, at least at this point, but I do have cool videos in mind to make soon. I might also try to community post sometimes, as I was avoiding about videos coming along with them. The short version of this video is I'm back from making videos, but I'm not going to stay super committed to that. This is probably similar to like hundreds of other return videos, but just accurate to my thoughts on the matter. These just are my thoughts on making videos that I want to get out of my head before properly going back to making some videos. The end.